This is Pinch of a Cult, and she likes to burn a lot of things.
Welcome to a new episode of Pinch of a Cult, but today we're going to do a segment called Witchcrafts, because we're not focusing on a spell or a potion or a ritual. Today we're going to focus on what is a singular component and how to make that component. And today's component is black salt. So I did some research on this, and it wasn't very long research. It was like maybe 5 minutes of checking on the internet, but I can't seem to find an origin for black salt. It seems to have popped up and just kept being used. I'm sure if I did further historical research I could find it. Maybe I'll do that another day. But black salt is exactly what it sounds like. It is salt that is black. But it is not the culinary black salt which is used for Lao and Thai cooking. It is a completely different black salt. One that you do not use for culinary, and you should not eat it at all. Please do not ingest, digest, put this black salt anywhere near your mouth. It is not edible. It is not for consumption. Do not eat it. But black salt is used mostly, from what I could tell, for protection purposes. Good, random. Anyways, it's used for protection purposes. It is salt that you add stuff to make it black. So, we're going to try a couple different things. I've seen ones where people add black pepper to it. Makes it black. They do ash, so charcoal. I have quick lighting charcoal, so I'm just going to burn it and get the ashes and put it on. Then I have this ash that was from a wildfire. I'm going to try to make it black that way. Just from paper. We're going to try different methods and see what happens. Another option is to use food dye. I currently don't have any black food dye, and I wasn't able to find any when I went looking. But that is an option that people do use, and feel free to use it. I know some people are going to be like, well, it's food dye, blah, blah. You gotta do what you gotta do sometimes, and black food dye seems to work perfectly fine for black salt. Anyways, black salt's used for protection purposes. Some people, depending on what they use to make it, also use it for cursing, for extra potency in spells, or you could just use straight black salt to, like, pour across your doorways as protection. So, I have today sea salt. When I was reading, people recommend sea salt because it's just salt from the sea and it's unrefined. There's nothing really added to it. Other people say kosher salt. People don't like iodine salt because it makes it unpure. It's salt. If that's what you have, use it. You don't have to spend $1 million to be a fancy witch. You do what you need to do. Gatekeeping is ridiculous. Alright, so I got some bowls here. And one for pepper. We're going to do one for the charcoal and one for the wildfire. Charcoal, and I think I might also do a, burn paper and see if that does it too, or I'll just use a different jar for that. I'll have to find one. I have plenty. So, let's pour the salt in. And it's really up to you how much you want to make. I don't want to make a lot of each because I'm not going to use this much. I don't know what I'd use it for. Well, I know what I'd use it for. I'm actually going to use one of these for a different video on protection jars. Let me grab another jar real quick. And ignore the fact I'm wearing sweatpants. I don't give a shit. I wear what I want. It's the weekend. I don't work today. Alright, so we got our 4 jars of salt. So this one we're gonna put black pepper in. You can use already ground black pepper. I already lost one container of ours and I just bought a new one and I don't want to use that one. So I'm gonna grind my own ground pepper, black pepper. If you also just have black black balls, peppercorns, you can use a mortar and pestle and grind it up yourself. So, let's put, oh god, it's gonna take a while. Because I feel like 4 is black color, so I guess we just want to kind of like equal mix. So people use the pepper and salt one for a lot for banishings and curses, because the pepper acts as like a spicy ingredient, or well, a little kick me out kind of thing. That's what I view it as anyways. You can also add a little cayenne pepper in there too. Give it an even more of a kick. Oh Jesus, it's gonna take forever. Don't shove your face in it. It's very peppery. For some reason. I don't know why. Okay. So don't like raid your parents' cabinets or your own cabinets too hard. Use too many ingredients. You just need a little bit. You can always make more. I'm sure some people have a ritual for doing this. I currently don't. But you sure make one. Thinking about what kind of intent you want to put in, how you want it to work. Alright. Alright, we got ourselves some salt and pepper. So this is black salt now with pepper. Be careful, don't breathe it in. Pretty easy to make. I'd give it a 4 out of 10 for blackness. It's not very black. It has specks of black. But effectiveness I think would be pretty good, like maybe a 8 out of 10. We'll see. Next up, I'm going to use some of my, there's a hole in this, I'm trying to be careful, wildfire ash that I have. Try not to use too much because I'm going to use it for other spells. Though I'll probably get more again this year during the summer. Because I live in Wildfire Town. So this was just a stick that completely burnt up, and when you touch it, it just crumbled to ash. It actually blew into our yard, and so I kept it, and I figured it could be used for a spell, and I was correct. It's very useful. I don't want to mix this with my hands. Aha. So let's mix it together. Also, don't breathe ash. Also bad for you. So I would give this a 6 out of 10 for blackness. It's more of a gray. It's definitely blacker than that. But I think the potency of this will be pretty high because of the rage of wildfires, because it's literally from a wildfire. And I'm sure if I added more ash, because I'm trying to save some, it would become blacker. But, yeah, definitely going to use this. I'm probably going to use it for a cursing, to be honest. This one for production. This for curse. Alright, charcoal! I have only used one of these Fort. This is a ultra premium coconut charcoal. I got it off Amazon. So we're gonna instantly light it and try to get it to go out. So you want to be careful when you do anything like this, because we also don't want to light anything around us on fire as well. So be careful, make sure you have something to put it out. I have water. If you have a fire extinguisher, keep that on hand. Make sure you use all your fire safety. Make sure you follow the procedures: pull, aim, squeeze, sweep for using a fire extinguisher. You pull the pin, you aim at the base of the fire, you squeeze the handle, and you keep squeezing, and you sweep side to side at the base of the fire. But yeah, I don't even know if these still light. These are pretty old, actually, when I think about it. Let's see. There we go. Well, that lit on fire real fast. I probably should have put this in a higher thing. Makes a nice sound. But yeah, you need to be careful with charcoal, because even though it looks like it's out, sometimes it won't actually be out, and it's still burning. See, look, it has burning fire. And so you need to be careful. Always watch your fire. Make sure you don't leave it unattended. Put this in the middle more. There you go. This might take longer than I wanted to burn down. I should have just used charcoal powder. Oops. This is very entertaining. I love lighting things on fire. Fire, fire, light it all on fire. I'll probably edit most of this part out, unless you want to hear me singing about fire. Also, don't pick up hot things. This probably should have what I did in the first place. It was just break it into pieces. Oh, by the way, you can make charcoal by burning something completely, like wood, and then you have the charcoal pieces, and then it breaks into pieces, which is technically what this is. I just don't know what kind of thing it is. It's coconut charcoal. Alright, now I'm gonna put this in the, because it's kind of hot, I'm just gonna put it in the, glass jar, because glass is a little bit better with heat than fucking whatchamacallit, plastic. Well, this looks promising. So, I think we got some real black salt. 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10 black. It would be much easier if from the start I just crushed the charcoal. Oh well. Potency wise, I think this would be good for protection. I don't see it having the same oomph unless I completely lit it all on fire, because fire is so energetic. But, yeah. So we got these. You can grind it, if you want to get it finer, you can probably use a mortar and pestle and get it a lot finer and completely incorporate it, because there's still grains of salt in there that you can see, but definitely blacker than the rest. Next one we're gonna try is with paper. So this one's severe fire safety, because paper lights on fire really easily, and you don't light your home on fire. I'm also gonna do, so if you want something like super specific, you can also add like a spell to it. Sorry, I'm trying to find my pen. Like a spell or something, some message that you want light on fire, and then put it in to make the black salt, to make that extra oomph that you want. So I'm gonna do something like that. You do a sigil. Sorry, I'm inhaling smoke. I was gonna use a candle, but I just light it on fire, so we'll do that. As always, be careful when you light things on fire. A deeper pot would have worked better, like my cauldron, but I have to clean it up. So, I didn't do that. So what we're looking for is just the ash from this. So we want this to burn as much as we can. It's high flame. It smells so nice when paper burns. I'm such a pyro. But burn safely, as always. Paper burn smells such a different smell than like charcoal burn or wood burn. Wood burning also smells fantastic. Burn, burn, burn. A lot of times paper won't burn all the way through because of the way it's chemically treated. but we're gonna do our best. Make sure nothing catches fully on fire. Make sure you don't touch this with your hands. I'm feeling this is gonna mostly be like gray and not black, but we'll see. We still have some unburned pages, so let's try to get those. Dealt with. Sorry for not talking much. I got distracted by fire. I'm gonna get these last few bits lit up. I apologize for the dogs barking. It's not even my dog barking. It's the neighborhood dogs. So close. And break. Alright, we get it all cooled down. We got our little bits of ashes. give this one a 7 out of 10 for blackness. It's gray, it's black. But in 2 eyes, I think would be pretty good, especially if you put like a sigil or a burn spell or something in it to give it that extra oomph. There we have it, 4 different types. Excuse me. Oh boy. And there we have it, 4 different types of black salt. One with black pepper, one with ash that I just found. This one? Oh, the third one is with charcoal, like a charcoal brick. You could probably take a charcoal brisket and do the same thing, break it up, put it in. And 4th one was with ash from a burned paper. So, we got 4 different types of black salt. All should work in the general sense of what black salt does. Some might be more powerful than others depending on what you did or put into it. So, don't forget you can do stuff like at home, like using black dye if you have it. Maybe even black paint, but I wouldn't recommend paint just because I don't think it would do very well. It might melt the salt actually. We have to try that next time. But this is what we got. These can be saved and used for different spells, for curses, banishments, all sorts of things. Whatever you want to use it for, it's for you. Me, I'm probably going to use this one for the next video, which I will catch you then. Make sure to check out. Thank you for joining me today, and make sure to check out my Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr. I have a Ko-Fi now, so if you want to help fund these videos, you can send me a donation on Ko-Fi. Make sure you like and subscribe and check that little bell icon on the top, and I'll see you next Tuesday. Thank you. Bye.
Thanks for watching today's video. Press subscribe down below so you're notified when she uploads again.